It was really what my mom would have liked, and she'll be in Monarch Bay forever. So it really worked out great. So I thought I'd share that with everyone. By the way, I was going to say I'm David Matter, just in case. So I'm going without order. I'm the eldest son of Penny and Charlie. Really happy on behalf of the family. Thanks for coming to the Celebration of Life today. This is what my mom wanted to do instead of something in a church or more of a funeral or whatever. The sun just came out again because I'm talking. And I think, many of you know her as Penny. I know her as Mom. This is my siblings. And there's another word that the grandchildren know where she was called Momo. That was the name she took, and for all the grandchildren. And she had many other names as well, but that's the one that's probably the most meaningful. And I think she'd be smiling down right now with that huge smile she had, seeing all the people that she loved and the people that loved her back. You're celebrating her great life and memories and stuff. Probably quickly about my mom, there's a lot of things that I remember or cherish. Her loving personality, how she helped people and reached out. Many of you know, maybe you read, she was a social worker when she first got out of school. And she started having kids and took care of that. Went back to work in Laguna, helping children that had issues and shelter. So always remember that about her. I always remember how great she was taking care of us, getting us to become the people and the families we are today. And I already mentioned her big smile. It was always there. Warmed up a room. You never missed it. She was a lovely person. Probably the other two things is I think a lot about travel. It was a big deal to her. She loved to go everywhere in the world. Talked about it all the time. She always traveled brochures everywhere in the house.
Oh yeah, look.
From cruises, from boat
Too
things.
sunny here.
We talked about that a lot. I traveled a lot for work and personally as well, so it's a meaningful connection for us. And probably what a lot of you people here remember in particular is her love of exercise. I remember the 70s still. I was born in '69, the earliest, so I remember Jane Fonda videos and leg warmers and all that stuff. But in particular, walking. A lot of people here were in walking groups with my mom and remember that. She always walked every day.
And so we were, I told my mother about her, and my mother went to Occidental too. And I told her, my mother, that she was a Delta, and my mother was a Delta. So Penny immediately was approved in our family. We went out quite a while, and then I gave her my fraternity pin. In the old days, we pinned our girlfriends. And then the Fiji house went over to the Delta house and serenaded her. My Phi Game girl, you're like the rarest pearl. I'll treasure you my whole life through. And then we went together and we decided to get married. And we got married at All Saints Episcopal Church in Pasadena. And she wasn't a member, but she thought it was the prettiest church in town. So we had to sit down with the minister and have several meetings to discuss religion, which was fine. And then we got married at All Saints Episcopal Church, and her dad put on a reception at Annandale Golf Club. And we all went to Annandale, and we had such a good time we didn't want to leave. But we had to go on our honeymoon. And I drove a white Chevy convertible, and so we said goodbye to the crowd. We went off on our honeymoon in the car. Our first night was at the hotel in Pasadena. Whatever the name of it is. But we had a great time there. And then we drove up the coast and came home. After a while, we moved to a little street in San Marino, and I'm trying to find the name of it. Rubio Drive, you're right. And then we started having kids, and we moved to 1154 Sherwood Road, San Marino. And we raised our family there. And it was a wonderful time. And I had a job at the bank, and she was graduated, and we decided to have some more children, and we had 4 on Sherwood Road, and they all went off to school, and they've done very well, and I'm very proud of them. I'd just like to say it was because of Penny that we did so well, and I thank you all for coming, and thank you very much.
Hi, Alan. We're here at Penny's celebration of life, and it's so good to see all the relatives that we haven't seen in a while.
Wipe that smile off your face.
I'm just smiling because I enjoy being next to 2 classy women.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
You're learning to get along with your sister better, I see.
Well, you don't see her choking me out.
That's why Maynard's sitting next to you.
Yeah, Maynard's gonna be
She's
here.
my bodyguard.
I'm PCH. All the
And we're going to hear from you too.
which is pretty.
You going to get up there?
In my household, we've been struggling with grief, and kind of to counter that, we can try to counter it with gratitude and think of things that we're grateful for. And I'm super grateful to have spent a lot of time with my mom. 17 months ago, Hermine and I had a child. We named her in honor of my mom. Her first name, her name's Penelope Matter. Or Penny Jr. And Penelope got to spend some time, some quality time with Momo before she had passed. And in fact, Penelope only would say dad, dad, or mama, and the third one she picked up was Momo. And so, kind of sad, I came into town this week, she went under the bed, I'm like, Momo. But I'm also grateful, really, for the past 12 years, watching my oldest daughter, Nina, who's behind me, I think behind me, Nina Hendricks Matter. She developed a very...
All of you from a different place in life, right? I mean, that's the coolest thing here. Every single one of us here knows my mom from a different stage or step in life. And you're all still here at the end. So what does that mean? It means when you were a friend of my mom's, you were a friend for life. And that is such an amazing quality to have. I mean, I have to look at my notes, because I even have to share with you her senior yearbook and the description of my mom in that yearbook. Might sound familiar. Remembered for unassuming manner, cocker spaniel eyes, constant companion, calorie counter,